So Stella, what I found out from the initial conversation that I had with the guardian, I'll back up a little bit. You don't have to keep the dog in it. This is just going to be for us. Is really she didn't have any rules, and she is able to tell the guardian what to do. And so in her mind, she's in charge. Now, a big part of her problem, I think, is too much energy. And the guardian is diligent. She takes her out for multiple walks a day, but a walk is not a very efficient way for a dog to get exercise. So I've come up with a couple different things. One of them is the laser. And so for some dogs, this makes them manic. You shouldn't do this. I'm going to have you now film her, if you could. And as you can see, she's very interested in getting this little green dot. So this is a great way to burn energy. It's not going to calm the dog down, but it will allow you to go out in the backyard. And yeah, you can film me now. You can go out in the backyard at night and run her in laps around your backyard. Now again, don't do this if you want her to calm down, because it's not going to send her in a calm place, but it's a good way to burn energy. If you have stairs, you can go to your into your stairwell and run the dog up or down. Now, when you do this, don't put the laser on the steps itself, so they'll lose track of it as it goes downstairs. So do it on the baseboard, just a couple inches above where the steps are, so that the dog can see it, and you can run your dog up and down the stairs. Count how many times you do it. You might find that if she's being a nuisance, if you take her and have her go up and down the stairs 15 times, up and down is 1, then all of a sudden she's just like, takes her a minute or two to calm down, and then she just crashes. Same thing with fetch. Fetch is a great way to burn energy from your dog if your dog likes to do it. Now when you do the fetch, what I do is I count. So I actually have several clients that use the fetch as a maintenance exercise. So they'll take the dog out in the morning, they'll fetch it 41 times. It takes them 12 minutes. Get a chucker so you don't have to pick it up with your hand. And then maybe later, when you come back and you let the dog out of the kennel for lunch, don't ever have your dog doing anything athletic with food is in their stomach. They have what's known as distended stomach. You can flip over and basically pressurize and burst. So maybe you let her out, let her do some business, and then you play fetch maybe 20 times. And then maybe when you come back from work, you fetch again another 25 times. So now she's fetched 75 times during the day, and then grade the day. So you want to kind of vary the exercise that you're getting for your dog, and then find the right cocktail or combination that is going to work for your dog. Now, one of the problems that Stella has is she does not like to drop the ball, and the guardian has said she likes to hold her by the collar and pull the ball out of her mouth. This creates a situation where the dog feels like, I'm empowered, I have something the human wants, I'm not going to give it up because then I lose my power. So what I do is when I'm playing fetch, I have some high value treats. Now this is a high value meat treat. This is actually chicken liver. Sit. Oh, she's still looking for the green dot, so we'll let her settle down. So what I do is I throw the ball. I usually say fetch 3 times. I tell the dog to sit first, because my rules. So make her sit. As soon as she sits, I throw the ball and say fetch simultaneously. Now you say, the guardian says something different, whatever your command word is. I'm just going to use fetch for the purposes of this video. Sit. We're gonna fetch. Fetch. As I throw it, I watch the dog. When it goes over, the second it touches the item with their mouth, I say fetch again. Don't say it too loud, just fetch. And then she comes over to you, hold the treat up to her nose. She'll try to take the treat with the object in her mouth. Don't drop it, just wait. As soon as she drops it, pop the treat in her mouth and say the word fetch. Don't go for the object. The more you go for the object, the more you make it a high value item. The dog doesn't want to give it up. So if you can, if you're nearby, you maybe step on it with your foot after the dog drops it, and your dog is getting the treat. And when you go pick it up, I go like this. A lot of people they try to snatch it. The more you try to snatch it, the more you're telling the dog, I don't trust you to control yourself, so I'm going to try to fool you or beat you to the punch. And dogs are better athletes than we are. So when I go to get it, I'm just methodical. This is mine. I have no doubt this is my object, and I'm picking it up. And then sit, and then I wait for the dog to sit, then I throw it and say fetch again. When the dog touches it picks it up, I say fetch. And when it brings it over to me, I hold another treat. After a while, the dog's like, I like this. So I come over, I drop the thing, and you give me the best treat I've ever had. And you say the command word the second it touches the lips. That's what connects all of them together. So if we say it too late, they don't quite make that connection. It takes enough repetition before a dog will actually put those two things together, and then eventually the dog will come back and spit the ball out at you so you can throw the ball or give her another treat. So this is how we can use exercise to help a dog burn off that excess energy, which will put him in a position to listen to us a little bit better.